guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over an email that was sent from a subscriber. That's from a guy, he's 23 years old, and he shares a story about his buddy who's 26, who ultimately kicks his girlfriend to the curb and definitely teaches her a lesson after she requests an open relationship. You're going to see in the story how the dude telling the story, he and his buddy, they're like brothers. And his friend here was with his girlfriend for 2 years, thought everything was great, and out of nowhere comes the open relationship request, both semi-demand and request. And at first you're going to see this guy didn't know what the hell they were, but when he realized what it was, obviously was very hurt. And instead of going along with it or acting like a crybaby, these guys got together, planned it out, and it's definitely very, she learned that it was a mistake requesting this, I'm putting it that way. And once again proving, guys, your girl brings up open relationship, open marriage if you're married, it's over. Because she sure as hell doesn't love you, and she wants to go hook up with other dudes. And yet this just happens more and more. And obviously, the guys that go along with this deeply regret it. So let me go into cover here. Now, as I go into this story real quick, I want to point something out. There's a bunch of different people in this story. There's the guy who's telling it. There's his friend he's telling the story about. There's his friend's girlfriend and this guy's ex-girlfriend. And he's going to address them by just letters for who they are because he wants to keep it, quiet about their identity. So aside from that, it's a good one. Just bear with me because he uses A or D to describe who they are. So I'll try to make it clear. So it starts off, he says here, "Hello SSM. I've been a fan of your channel since the lockdown started in 2020. MG Tao and self-improvement have helped me see the biases and corruption responsible for the nuking of the nuclear family." Ain't that the truth? I pitched this story about my friend in your comments and people were interested in it. Through real life and sorting out the details, it took some time away from proofreading and editing. Real names are not used per request and ages reflect the time of the story. He says, I, a 23-year-old male, have known my best friend D, D's the best friend, a 26-year-old male since we were in middle school in the 6th or 7th grade. We had our moments, we argued, fought, and helped each other from the wrong end of the noose and or prison and bars. I would take a bullet for him because he almost did the same for me during bad times. To say we are brothers from different mothers is an accurate description of our kinship. Dude, you got a bro that's that close to you, that's a gift. Don't ever mess that up. Anyway, this story is not about him betraying me, thankfully. It's about his ex-girlfriend of 2 years. We'll call her A. Okay, we got D, the best friend, and A, this guy's girlfriend, a 23-year-old female. A and D met after my ex, M is his ex. I know this is confusing, but keep watching, guys, it gets good. My ex-girlfriend M hooked them up after his other ex of 5 years cheated on him and left him for literally an abusive man. Apparently she kept crying about it to others afterwards as well. D and A, the best friend and his new girlfriend, seemed great for each other, and I made sure M knew that she did a great job playing Cupid. 2 years of great relationship came out of this, and I never seen him happier. Okay, this is how these stories always start. In the beginning, whether it's a few months or even going for a couple years, everybody's happy. Well, clearly, the girl's not happy because now she wants more. She feels so confident in her relationship with this dude and thinks he ain't going anywhere. Now she proposes what they all propose, or a lot propose. M, this guy's girlfriend, later dumped me after I demoted her to a sex toy after she cheated on me. No dates, and I kept my distance in public and left unsatisfied, etc. I didn't leave her because I still had access to her body. Girl cheats on you, break up with her. Don't keep her around as a playmate or friends with benefits. Why would you want to be with someone like that, even for playing around? After we broke up, M kept in contact with A and D to their annoyance. M kept complaining about how her new lover didn't do anything that I did prior to cheating, and I refused to speak with her again. M, his ex, later baby-trapped her lover, and we never heard from her again. Well, her cheating on you eventually did you a favor, and you dodged a big one with her. And how funny that she got pregnant with one of her lovers, and her life's a mess. Too bad. I just feel bad for that kid. Now for the title story. Okay, now we're getting to the good stuff. I didn't notice at the time, but A had been getting more personal with me after my relationship ended. The massive red flag I missed was when she learned about my performance in bed from M and said, "Too bad I'll never know firsthand." She kept sharing details about her relationship with D, including personal stuff I never knew or needed to know about. So you and your girl break up, and your buddy's girlfriend, who they've had this magical relationship for 2 years, is now flirting with you. Dropping hints, "Oh, too bad I won't know what you're like." Not cool. That shows her character. She knows you're the best friend of her boyfriend. Then it happened. During the pandemic, D came to me, his bro, and said that she wanted an open relationship. It's almost like you can set your watch to this bullshit, guys. When I informed him of what that exactly was, he nearly cried. I never seen D so heartbroken in his life, like a close family member had just died. She told him it would strengthen their trust in each other, open up bedroom possibilities, and prove how solid their relationship truly is. What a steaming pile of crap. So her reasoning is, if I go out and hook up with other dudes, it will just show how strong our commitment to each other is. That you're not bothered by that or insecure because some other dudes, you know what's in my mouth, or other places. This is I've done enough of these. That's like pretty much always the same line, minus a few words or add a few words. You get the point? So guys, your girls are bringing this up using these same words. You know what to do. After really describing how she'll be riding everything in sight while he'll struggle to even get a kiss, his mood worsened. He really didn't know why she would want this. From her own mouth, she told me that he wasn't good in bed and wasn't adventurous like me. Again, she's coming to you and telling you this shit. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. You're a piece of garbage. Get out of here. Now, what this guy should have done was told his friend, kick her to the curb, move on, end of story. However, because we all like a good story, he and his buddy come up with something better and teach her a lesson. A week passed by after I talked to D, his buddy, and his girlfriend informed me that they were opening up the relationship, and if I ever wanted to explore the benefits, just ask. She's asking you to hook up with her. I think part of it is, she's attracted to you, dude, but also she gets off on the fact that she's doing her boyfriend's best friend. I called D and asked if it were true, and he said yes. Apparently, his girlfriend bribed D by giving him her friend's number, saying she's been dying to screw him. For a previous relation... so his girlfriend who brought this up, her friend apparently likes him. From previous information, I thought that was a lie, as they likely told her about his prudishness. D was lost. He knew his girlfriend was likely in bed with another dude as we spoke, but he didn't want to explore this option. In his own words, I'm in a committed relationship. It doesn't feel right to sleep with someone I don't love. I understood this since I was on both ends with M. So he should have broken up with her. And as these things all go, if a girl brings up the open relationship, open marriage, I guarantee you she's either A, hooking up with somebody else, B, has somebody in mind, or both. She's hooking up with somebody else and has others in mind. And this guy obviously is a good guy. He doesn't want to do this. This guy's friend. But you're not in a committed relationship. She's not committed to you. He says here, lots of games that we like, and our friend group weren't enough to distract him from his heartbreak. So I called the group and made a plan for a night at the bar. I don't drink very much, 1 glass a month or so, and we had other people that were designated drivers. The topic of his relationship came up and he spilled. It was at this point that a couple in our group, who were married for a decade, suggested taking advantage of her affair fog. If his girlfriend is saying that he could use her friend, which was true, then he could bring up the idea of a threesome between them. Hey, she's offering. Now, let's see how she likes that. The rest of the group agreed that D should use the situation to his advantage. Then afterwards, leave A when she wishes to end it. My friend drunkenly agreed to this evil plot, and they all began conspiring. Well, that's all fine and dandy to plan all this, but the question is, can your buddy here, make it happen? If you said he's more of a reserved guy, he may not be able to have the firepower, if you will, to have 2 girls there and go through with it. That could happen. But anyhow, it says here, My friend muted his phone yesterday so he could recover from the hangover. In that time period, his girlfriend called me asking if he was okay. I told her he wasn't happy about their current arrangement and might need some convincing. She doesn't know how to help him see the light until I mentioned that he was considering dumping her. She freaked out and begged me to help her save their relationship. I simply told her that is your relationship and not my problem, and then I hung up. So now she thinks that he's going to dump her. And in that way, we'll get her to agree to things that she may not want to agree to. That night, his girlfriend called, my buddy called and said that A came to his house to discuss the open relationship. She came out as poly and couldn't help the fact that she lusted for others. What a load of bullshit. Newsflash. Every walking the earth are attracted to who they're attracted to. And certainly would imagine nailing them. But it doesn't mean you do it if you're in a relationship with somebody you care about. Okay? That's self-control. But the whole poly thing are people saying, well, it's actually an orientation of mine to want to hook up with everybody. Therefore, I should be allowed to. And these poor suckers actually agree to it because they're so fearful of losing that person. This is why I encourage guys to build themselves up to the best they can be. So people like that in their life, A, they won't attract them, but if they do, they bring that up, they won't go along with that. What a load of crap. She offered to do anything for him to make him feel more comfortable in the arrangement. Anything, huh? Okay. Since you brought it up, I'll nail your friend. D, his buddy, proposed the threesomething with A's friend and herself. A was taken aback, as he would never ask for something like that. At first, she wasn't comfortable with it, but then when he threatened to dump her, she begrudgingly agreed. Look what happens when he actually uses some leverage there. See, she wants to be able to go hook up with other dudes, but she doesn't want to lose him because he's like her rock. You know, the insurance policy. Someone that maybe one day will put a ring on her finger because they all want their magical day. It's more about the wedding than the actual marriage. And obviously, I'm sure he pays for things and all that. So, okay, fine. You can nail my friend. Another week later, Dee tells me how it went. Apparently her friend, and I'll call her G, a 25-year-old female, looked like a tramp, even had the stamp, had many tattoos and piercings on her body, and has bleached blonde hair. I almost thought that my friend was kidding when he described a woman of the night rather than a college friend. Just from looking at her, my buddy was getting cold feet because he was risking catching HIV from her. Well, then maybe you want to change your plans, dude. Good Lord. But she managed to distract him with a firm grip to his crotch. G, so many fucking letters here. Guys, next time give me fake names. G whispered in my buddy's ear, I'm going to have fun with you, and guided him to his girlfriend's bedroom. My buddy got the full treatment from her. Mouth, breast, front door, back door, everything. She gave him anything he wanted. His girlfriend, however, just watched as G tanned D's thing brown. I asked if D wanted to share the details, and D delivered. Okay. All this while his girlfriend's watching because she doesn't want to lose him. She wasn't expecting this when she proposed the open relationship. Afterwards, when D tried to kiss A, she cringed and pushed him away. She didn't want to kiss a man who had another girl's dirty ass on his mouth. My friend shrugged and didn't care. At that point, A then asked if he now understood the benefits of an open relationship, and she wanted to do something similar to herself, him and another guy. The conversation went like this. This is her. She said, yeah, that's not going to happen. I just watched that hoe mark you. I think you owe me this. And he said, then get someone else to be the third man because we are done. She was in shock. What? Get out of my house. How about that? He tricked her into letting him hook up with her friend right there in front of her. And then when it was done, she was like, okay, my turn. He's like, nope, get the fuck out of here. This was a mistake. After bursting into tears, she slapped him, his buddy, and then on the way out, backed her new Tahoe into a C63 and drove off. She busted a headlamp, the grill, radiator, and trunk latch. She later called me and said how he forced her to watch when they did things. Sadly for her, I didn't care and told her, now you can go be poly with no strings attached. Then I hung up and blocked her. I shared some of her gossip with D when he called later. He was furious that she dared call him a prude when she would only give him missionary. He was ready to off this gal for what she'd done to his car, the thousands of dollars to repair his Benz, but I managed to calm him down. Remember, this is all the girl. This was her idea to open relationship, everything. She wasn't expecting him to actually want to hook up with other girls. And again, after 2 magical years, everything was great. In the end, my best friend began a sex friendship with G. Protection was always used except for the back door. Smack. Newsflash. You always wear protection, whether it's the front door or the back door, because guess what? You go bareback back door, you can catch diseases. Always wear a condom. It isn't just for preventing pregnancy, for Christ's sake. His ex moved away after she got pregnant by one of her lovers, and some people in my group started giving her a hard time. So Miss Polly got pregnant by one of her lovers. Imagine that. I'm still single and have focused on my purpose. Thank you, SSM, for your advice, and keep fighting the good fight. So there you go, guys. Quick story. I know it was confusing with all the fucking letters. So in the future, guys, just give me names. Make up names. I'm trying my best to go through this. But anyhow, another story about a guy who turns the bad situation of the gal requesting / demanding an open relationship to making it blow up in her face. So good for your buddy and good for you. And for God's sakes, you and your buddy always wear protection. I don't care if it's front door or back door. Jesus Christ. Protect yourself and get yourself tested every now and again if this guy's getting into the multi-lover lifestyle. But I like how it blew up in her face. And now, just like this dude's ex, she herself got herself pregnant. But again, I feel bad for those kids. So guys, open relationships, open marriages do not work. Don't ever go along with them. If she obviously doesn't love you if she's bringing it up. End of freaking story. And every once in a while, I'll get an email from a woman yelling at me about that. I got one about a year ago, around Christmas time, 1.5 years ago, yelling at me about how her husband watches me. And my channel has ruined her great relationship he had because he's older and slowing down the bedroom and everything like that. It's pretty funny. In fact, if you guys like me to read it, I definitely will sometime. Just let me know in the comment section. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.